Hi everyone, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2019. My name is Roxanne and I am joined by Demetrius, Sam, director Mr. Taura from PlatinumGames, and Ryan, who will be interpreting for him. We're going to take another look at Astral Chain gameplay today, a little bit more in-depth into the investigation, battle mechanics, and we'll get to see gameplay of the Astral Chain
All right, yeah. So yesterday we kind of talked about some of the basics mechanics of this game, and what we really want to do today is show off some more investigation, but more importantly, what it looks like to play some high skill, more advanced mechanics in this game. This game has an incredible amount of depth and some really, really fun advanced combat, which I'm really happy to show everyone today. So right now I'm just hopping on this motorbike to get to this area. We're going to be playing pretty much, I guess we'd say, on File 4, which is like Chapter 4 for everyone at home. Our main investigation is going to be pretty much kind of looking for a certain person, but I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of this area. But while I'm hopping off this bike, why don't we just kind of start with asking Taura-san if he wants to kind of like to discuss the city and world.
まずは田浦さんにお聞きしたいんですけれども、この都会の風景とかその世界観についてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。これがですね、人類が今この星が汚染されていっていて逃げ延びている場所になるんですけれども、その中でも一番発展した都会になります。
So what you're seeing right now is the most lively section of where humankind has run off to after their planet Earth has been polluted, and it's within an artificial structure called the Ark.
今ここはとある女性を探すために出撃して出てきてるんですけども、今お話ししてるキャラクターだったりとか他にもいろんなサブキャラクターによってサイドクエストが遊べるようにもなってます。
And even though the player right now is looking for a mysterious character, mysterious woman, characters like the ones that you see right here will show up on the map and you'll be able to pursue side quests with them.
Okay. And yeah, like right here, I just had a side quest, and in the interest of time, I actually moved on. What I'm going to do actually is move over to this skeptical woman, which what we're going to see here is she's going to actually ask to talk for a second. She has been taking pretty much her trash over to this dumpster because she believes the one that's next to her is actually haunted. So what we're going to do is move on to this next part. And I'm going to actually investigate this haunted dumpster. I'm going to actually start running over here.
And this is something that we mentioned in the first Astral Chain segment, where we should probably reiterate that when she said she thinks her dumpster is haunted, a lot of the effects of this red matter are unseen by a large portion of the population. So sometimes they'll interpret like, oh, I think I saw a ghost, but what they're really seeing is some kind of shadow of the astral plane.
And you'll see here what we actually really found was a gate here. So I'm going to quickly hop into this. And this is going to bring me to like a challenge area where I need to defeat some enemies. Now I'm going to focus and try to do my best to kind of show some cool combat. So I'm going to let Sam here kind of just talk about what I'm going to be doing.
Okay, so he's starting off with a new type of enemy, and there are several different types of enemies in Astral Chain. And you're really going to need to mix up the way you approach them. So right now he's using the Sword Legion, and he just did a finishing move right there. The cool thing about that finishing move is that it will fill his limiter gauge whenever he uses it, so it's really valuable to use those, or to activate those whenever you have the opportunity. He just used the Astral Chain to bind that enemy, and then do a little combo on it, and then do another finishing move. So whenever you see that kind of shine spark, that's going to be a chance for you to do a sync attack. If you press the button right when that spark is shining there, you'll do an auto combo and kind of follow up. And sometimes those shines will appear one after the other, and it feels really satisfying when you nail those sync attacks in a sequence like that.
I'm doing pretty good so far.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
Keep focusing. Now, did I get that other little guy? No, there you are. Where are you going? No, not that guy. This one.
Right, so Demetrius is using a Sword Legion, which is one of the 5 legions that we're actually going to see in action in this segment today. And he did use a special action unique to the Sword Legion, which is the slashing move. He cut the tether binding this Chimera with the other supportive Chimera. So a lot of throughout the game, you'll utilize different legions who have different actions, and they'll offer different strategical advantages to match.
Nice.
There we go. I just used a special ability. I was trying to style a little too much. Too fast. Alright.
今プレイしていただいてた時に敵にフィニッシュムーブとして敵のコアを引き抜いているようなアクションがあったんですけど、それをうまく重ねていくとレギオンを扱っていられるゲージが回復したりとかするのでよりテンポよく戦っていけるようなシステムになってます。
So what we just saw Demetrius do right now while he was fighting enemies is he had several options to actually pull out the cores of the enemies, and by pulling out the core you can restore your stamina gauge, and also there's other good effects, so it's very good as a player to figure out ways to make good use of that in your playstyle.
Exactly. Now what I'm going to do now, so you saw me just do,
Yeah,
no,
please.
no, I can't.
Thank you.
I kicked
you
it.
kicked it.
I'm running too fast.
Okay.
Right. There you go. Come here.
Slow it down.
Stop. Stop. Come here. You know, it just won't let me pick it up. You know what? Fine.
Okay.
It's a rogue can.
Now that it's stopped moving,
I
it'll
know.
allow you to pick it up.
But I will actually whip this. Medicine. Oh, there's so many. Can I pick this one up? There.
There's so much litter.
Gonna have to be another one.
Yeah. Please, thank you.
All right. I'm just gonna wait to cross here.
この街こうやって空き缶とかゴミとかもたくさん落ちてるんですけど、そういうのを拾ってちゃんとゴミ箱に捨てたりすることで、いいことしたっていうところで警察官としての評価も上がったりします。
So as you noticed before, along this town, there's a lot of different garbage that's spread about. But by picking it up and responsibly throwing it out as you're doing right now, you'll be rewarded and you'll get more points as a police officer.
I could also throw those cans back out, but I'm not going to do that. I'm a good person.
Yeah, you could toss them back into the environment.
All
I
right.
just forwarded the hologram footage of Jenna from the security cameras to your legatus.
Exactly. So what we're doing now is we're looking for someone named Jenna. So I'm going to start questioning some people. Now, to start off with this, I'm going to actually hack into this camera and analyze it. Oops. Let me get better. There we go. Oh, prompt. There we go.
So we should reiterate, just in case some folks maybe missed the first Astral Chain segment, but you're a member of Neuron, which is a special police task force, and as a member of Neuron, you yourself are special in that you can see your legion, and you can see some of the enemies called chimeras, and a lot of the regular folk, even regular police officers, can't see that stuff.
Correct. And you also wanted to go ahead and explain what we have for police notes as well. While we're doing this. So police notes, I'm getting different clues to kind of find out the whereabouts of Jenna. So when you see these like red keywords, these are going to be added to my police notes, which I can kind of just pull back up and review at another time.
Iris, shut down.
And I'm going to turn my iris off for that. Okay.
We mentioned red matter a little bit earlier, and I was wondering if Taro-san could elaborate on what red matter is for maybe some of the viewers who are just joining us for this segment.
少し前にレッドマッターの話が出てきたと思いますけれども、今タオラさんにレッドマットについてもうちょっとお話しいただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。この世界が今汚染されているっていうことがこのレッドマターを通して表現していることになるんですけど、汚染によって一般市民たちがレッドマターの近くにいるとどんどん凶暴化していって敵のようになってしまうっていうような現象があります。
So the red matter exists as a way to display to the player and to other people that this world is actually under attack and being polluted. If general people are standing too close to the red matter for too long, then they'll be affected by it and be corrupted and go mad and become enemies.
あとさっきからプレイで見せてもらっているように、レギオンを使ってその汚染されているレッドマターに近づけるとそこを浄化することができるので、そうすることで警察としての評価も上がりますし、マリオのコインを集めるような楽しいプレイもできたりします。
So, and you saw this a little bit before, but if you use your Legion and move it close to the red matter that's shown on the field, then your Legion will actually pick up the red matter, kind of like how Mario would be picking up coins. So by cleaning up the red matter, you can actually raise your level or your points as a police officer.
There we go. Sorry, that guy was getting a little rowdy with me. So just for those who are wondering what just happened there, this guy is a fanboy of a singer. And when I showed the image of the person we're looking for, he mistakenly thought it was his singer. And he asked me, well, why are you looking for her? And I said, well, I'm looking for this person who's a wanted fugitive. He didn't hear that, and he got upset and thought I was trying to arrest his favorite person in the world, which was not true. So I just kind of calmed him down a bit, and we're going to move on.
Yeah,
Not
I
gonna arrest
really
them.
like that. Even the NPCs that populate the arc, they all have their own personalities and they're going about
Right.
their lives, and you can interact with them as a police officer as you investigate cases.
All right, keep moving on. And then in the meantime, too, I actually have this guy here. He was actually looking for this food area called Larger Burger, the easily lost man. So I'm taking him back right now to this area, and this will give me my last keyword that I need. That's going to go into my police notes. You'll see that my progress bar will now be 100%. So perfect. All right. So now what this is going to do is lead me to actually locate Jenna. So this is perfect.
You're just going to leave that red matter? hanging
Yeah,
out over there?
yeah. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm
Oh,
not
no.
sure why, but if I keep collecting it, it's just going to be all kinds of crazy. So I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm just going to move on to the next area here. And because I know we're limited on time, I want to kind of just make it through as much as possible. So there's Jenna. What I'm going to kind of do here,
We have visual confirmation of the suspect at the Central
Yeah.
Harmony Square intersection.
so that's
Jenna
her.
Anderson, hold her right there.
I'm kind of just speeding through
You
this
heard
to get
that,
time.
right? They found Jenna. Get over there.
All right, I'll get over there. Cue the chase music.
But if you weren't speeding through this section, there'd be all kinds of different people to talk to and side quests
Oops.
to gather.
Oh, I can't just get over there. True. The path that I just took is actually one way. Oh man, I am just terrible with cans right now. All right, let's get over here. I'm just gonna avoid this because it's just not working right now. Okay, so as you can see, Jenna has something very mysterious about her. So right now, they're pretty much telling me not to really go in and chase her, but I'm gonna go right in anyway and just go right into it. All right, so we're gonna drop right into it. Now this is gonna be like a full dive into the astral plane. Something that's really cool. And you're gonna see not only us search for this person, you're gonna kind of see us now incorporate some puzzle elements along with some combat as well. I'm gonna get scolded essentially from this officer, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'm just gonna kind of keep moving on. What I'm gonna do here is you're gonna see there is this little thing. I'm gonna shoot it.
So
Now-
he's just switched to his Arrow Legion
Yes,
in order
which
to
I'll
do that.
start using now.
アクーさんは今見てもらったみたいにレギオンを使ったパズル要素だったりとかバトル以外のギミックもたくさん入っているので現実世界の方ではできないような遊びがたくさん含まれています。
And you just saw that right now, but in this separate world, there's other ways to play besides just regular battle. You saw that there was some puzzle stuff, and there's other stuff as well that you wouldn't be able to have in the real world play segments.
この世界に入ってしまうと人間は本当は汚染されてしまうんですけども主人公はこのレギオンとつながっているっていう特性があるためにその汚染から逃れられているっていうような設定も入っています。
And if a regular person were to enter this world, then they'd slowly become polluted and get corrupted. But because the main character is connected with the Legion, they're kind of protected against being polluted, and that actually factors into the setting of this world.
Which is really, really neat.
Yeah.
One thing also I want to do, since I'm now inside the astral plane, I wanted to kind of quickly show you guys the skill tree. So as I said before, there is a lot of depth to this game. Yesterday we kind of went over some stuff, and we just talked about sync attacks. There's also different skills you can assign to different legions. So if you look here, you actually see there's a skill tree. I've been playing this for a little bit, so you see that I've actually unlocked different skills. But when you're playing through the game, you'll actually get what's called gene codes and other material. And right here, for example, I can actually purchase and get an auto-abind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press A. I'm going to administer the genes here. Should have enough. All right. So I'm going to decide on that. And see how also it unlocked a new area. So not only do I have a new ability, now I can also manually control using my Legion as well. So there's so many crazy cool options. I can't wait to see so many people do that. Now, for the skill I just got, I could actually assign it to X or Y. I'm going to keep what I have now because I really like using Round Sword and Hit Rush because it does some really fancy stuff. But just know that's just how one Legion is affected. Like I can do it for other stuff too. So I have air shot and hit rush as well. Okay.
So taking a look at that skill tree, there were a lot of different things on there. Some of those were active abilities that you had to assign to slots in order to use them. But some of those are passives also that'll just kind of give you a buff here or there. And I was wondering if we could ask Taura-san to talk a little bit about the skill tree and about some of the customization that you could do with your character.
今、タオラさんにお聞きしたいんですけれども、その各、レギオンにおけるスキルツリーの進能についてご説明いただけますでしょうか。もうちょっとご説明いただけますでしょうか。
スキルツリーの機能、
はい、そうですね。
レギオン5体いまして、で、それぞれに対してスキルツリーが存在しているので、まず成長させたいなっていうレギオンを自由に選んで、それぞれ獲得したポイントを、そのレギオンに対して使っていくっていうところがあるので、どのレギオンを育てるのかみたいなところにもすごい自由があって楽しんでいけると思います。
So each of the separate legions has their own skill tree, like the one that you saw before, and you can essentially take the points that you've accumulated and put them into the legions that you like and earn skills that you want to get. And it offers the player the freedom of picking the legion that they want to make stronger and focusing the points that they've accumulated into that legion.
それぞれに似たような技ももちろんあるんですけれども、アックスレギオンっていうレギオンだったらガードに特化した技が入っていたりとか、ビーストレギオンだったら敵をちょっと翻弄するような技が入ってたりとか、それぞれに特化した技ももちろんスキルツリーで覚えることができるので、どの技が欲しいかによってルートをチョイスしたりするような楽しみもあります。
And while there are some skills within the separate trees between the legions that may resemble one another, there are those that are different. Like, for example, the Axe Legion has different skills involving protection, or the Beast Legion has different ones involving how the ways that it tracks enemies and attacks enemies and things like that. There is a lot of diversity and customization in the way that the skills work between the different legions.
新しいアクションはそれでどんどん増えていくのでしっかり強化していってもらいたいなと思います。
And of course, as you're playing, you'll keep getting new and new skills. So, I'd like for players to, keep making their legions stronger.
Oh, absolutely.
The guy was a little tough on me. I was not expecting that one. I'm going to go ahead and zip over here.
I personally really like that your main character, the police task force, it's represented by the color blue as well as the Legion, and a lot of the Chimera and the environment we see in the Astral Plane currently is themed after the color red. I'm wondering if Mr. Taura could just give a little bit more background on what some of his design inspirations, perhaps, of how the Astral Plane looks and plays.
今まで見ているとなんかこう味方だと青色で代表されてるで敵だったら赤い、はい、そのようななんかこうデザインチョイスについてご説明いただけますでしょうか。
そうですね、もうそこは単純に青の方が警察のクリーンなイメージがあって、赤はちょっとその反対として位置づけているので、一番最初に敵は赤、味方は青っていう風に決めてしまって、後のデザインはそこからの流れで自然な形で配置していきました。
So as far as the color choice between enemies and allies goes, that was simply that blue tends to be like a clean type of color that represents the police, and red is something that tends to be opposite blue, so that would be good for representing enemies. So that's essentially how we decided to choose the color scheme for this game.
でこのプレイヤーキャラクターの方は青と白が基本的なモチーフになってるんですけど、ゲームを進めていくとその反対カラーの黒と赤っていうモチーフになったキャラクターみたいなのも実は出てきたりしますので、そのあたりも楽しみにしてもらいたいなと思います。
And as far as the player's color scheme goes, their motif is represented by blue and white. But as you progress later in the game, there's actually a rival character or characters who will show up who are represented by black and red. So that motif kind of continues along that way, and I'd like for players to look forward to it.
So Demetrius has just entered into a new combat encounter here with some more difficult enemies. They're airborne, and he's using a switch, using the weapon called the X Baton, which can morph into different forms. You can use it in its baton form, which gives you kind of quick attacks. Right now, he's got it in its kind of gladius form, which is like a big, heavy attack. And then he can also switch it into a gun form, which is really good for attacking some of these airborne enemies here. He's also using the Arrow Legion, which is another good way to hit some of these guys up in the air.
Yeah, I'm trying to get those focused on... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do with this one. You know what? Let me switch back. Just this guy.
敵の形状もこんな感じで空飛んでるやつがいたり、さっきみたいに地上にいるやつがいたりっていうところでいろんなバリエーションがありますので、その敵に合わせてプレイヤーの武器、あとはまあレギオンの種類みたいなのをつどつど組み合わせながら戦っていくのが楽しい戦い方になってます。
And one of the fun ways to fight different enemies that you see is, you may have noticed that there are enemies that are flying in the air, there are enemy types that are on the ground, and so the player has the ability to find out like which of the combinations of legion and weapon type is most suited for fighting those kinds of enemies.
Right. So you've got kind of a combination here where you have these you have these harpy-like flying enemies, but they're being protected by a little satellite drone.
Pretty tough. I try to get out of this right now.
So even though the Arrow Legion is great for airborne enemies, he's having to switch to the Sword Legion in order to use the Slash Legion action and sever the tie between the protection drone and the enemy that it's protecting.
Where is the other one? Am I missing it? Where is... Oh, there you are.
この小さいキャラクターは近くにいる敵を強化するっていう特殊な能力があるんで、さっきみたいに攻撃が全然効かなくなっちゃうんで、まずこいつを倒すっていうような戦法が有効になります。
And as you see, this enemy right before you has the ability to strengthen other enemies that you're fighting. So the most efficient way to handle that situation is to actually take down these floating enemies first, because as you saw before, you can't damage the enemies being strengthened.
No, what?
This is really difficult.
Yeah,
this
it really
section here.
I'm trying to get into this combo. There we go.
It's quite a bit of challenge. So some of the yellow damage numbers, we mentioned this before, the yellow damage numbers indicate a critical attack.
Oh gosh,
and
I'm getting stomped on.
Yeah, you can get those by attacking the enemy from behind.
Trying to get them wrapped up. Oh, they're just flying away right now. This is
and
why.
I like that Demetrius is demonstrating he could use his blaster form of his X-Baton to attack airborne enemies at a distance, but he can also use his Legion and jump to the enemy's location, the aerial combo that way. So it's really up to the player if they want to focus on using one Legion or if they want to cycle through multiple ones and just explore different ways of action.
No! Oh, it shoots me. It's so tough.
Can you get them wrapped up? Are they low
That's
enough?
what I'm trying to get right now. It's little... Oh, wait, over here.
Nice.
There you go. Let me get in there. Okay, hold on.
You only got one.
More energy spike. That'll recover my limiter gauge.
Right, so the item that he just used was called an energy spike.
There you go.
And he was running low on his limiter gauge, and that limiter gauge decreases whenever your Legion is active.
There. Oh, now they only needed one hit. I just had to get away and stop getting teamed up on. Oh my goodness! So that started out great, and what I did is I wasn't focusing quite on those two guys. I should have did a little bit tighter there. That's not going to be too good. I know I could have did that quite a bit faster, but again, this is one of those ways where you just play over. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'll take it.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Well, I was explaining myself out of a C rank, but I think it's okay, so that is what I wanted to show here, but we're not quite done yet. What we would like to do now is show some really good expert play with Taura-san himself. He's going to actually use all 5 Legion, and you're going to see some really, really cool fights. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my controller down, and then once we can kind of move over to the other screen here, we'll begin with some expert gameplay, as I'd like to call it. All right. Yeah, are we ready to switch it over? Let's see. Just waiting. Well, as we do that in the meantime, as we switch over. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So what you see here is a boss, and you're going to see essentially Taura-san He's really, really good at switching back and forth between different Legion. This boss itself takes a lot of concentration to dodge in and out in between her attacks. In particular, like this attack right here, you're going to see a lot of different laser fire. And what Tara-san's doing is using the Beast Legion to kind of ride along that. So perfect example of using a Legion to avoid. And now you're seeing
Not
him
even just
actually
avoid,
yeah. Ooh, got struck by lightning.
He's putting some pressure on him also.
Yeah. So there we go.
Nice.
And I have to work on. I'm in such awe of seeing Tara-san here switch so fast.
Right.
Between Legion. It's something I'm still close, trying to get good at working on. Right here is the example of an Axe Legion. The Axe Legion actually brings up a shield and allows you to temporarily block. It's really, really great and really, really effective. And there's a lot of other abilities as well.
And you're going to see
heavy hitter.
Yeah, you're going to see Tara-san use that quite a lot.
Yes. Really good right there, sending your Legion up and then following through to try to get an air combo. So right there, Tara-san unchained his first Legion, followed up and switched to a second Legion to use what was pretty much like the bow mode and start firing arrows.
Yeah, when
excellent use of multiple Legion.
Yeah, when you unchain a Legion, they'll kind of continue on with their own combo, and you can actually summon another Legion while that Legion is still out and have multiple Legion on the battlefield simultaneously.
Exactly.
Right, and that is one example of a skill that you can unlock from the skill tree. So it does take a little bit of progression in order to get there. But I do enjoy seeing him just switching so quickly between different Legions, managing his health with items, pulling off active combos.
Oh, I forgot to use the sword. I forgot to use that ability. Okay.
And he just nailed that sync attack there, which gave him a little follow-up hit.
Yeah, we're looking good. The boss is almost at half health. This right here is the arm, short for Armor Legion. You can actually wear that Legion and then use it like a pseudo armor. I kind of think of it like a boxer. It's really, really fun.
So I think he just popped an energy right there.
This boss is very, very tough. It's really impressive to see how he can just switch back and forth. Okay, we're moving. We got this going.
So he's got the
excellent
nice
use right there.
Clutch.
Perfect sync attack follow-up.
Yeah, nailing it with the sync attack.
All right, here she comes again.
And then using that Beast Legion to get out of the way.
Yeah, and then right there, you are chain jumping, is what we call it, to follow through and to get back up. So that's what Tara-san's using right now, is chain jumping to get up into the air. Right there, he blocked the attack from the ground, which you saw that spike. So he was using the Axe Legion to actually guard that. All right, a little bit of healing. Perfect. Oh, yeah. There we go. A little more unchained.
Yeah, so he's just unchained that Legion.
There we go. Nice little sync attack. Perfect timing.
Nice.
Ooh. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, that was perfect. I didn't even know you could do that like that.
Yeah, that Axe Legion is incredibly useful.
Yeah. And there are different abilities you can get too, which, I'm sorry, when I was playing, I don't know if you guys covered that. But there are different abilities you can get, like parrying and stuff, which is also really, really cool. Oof.
Yeah, this boss. Oh!
まあ死んじゃいましたけど、でもここからさらに復活して強くなります。大丈夫です。
I may have died right here, but from here I'm gonna come back and be stronger than ever. So.
Yeah. Well, I think that just kind of highlights just how challenging this boss fight really is.
Oh, I got nothing but respect for
Yeah.
this boss fight is a lot of fun, and it's a great example of using like all your skill tool sets, and it's really cool. There we go.
Nice work.
All right, so one boss down. So we're gonna pause here, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have one more boss fight for you, and this is another example of a different kind of style of boss that we have. And what we're gonna do is, I think we're gonna switch that over. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so here we go.
今のがちょっと同じようなサイズのボス戦だったんですけど、今回ちょっと大きめのボス戦をご紹介します。
So what you saw me fighting before was a boss that's the same size as me, but this is something that is way bigger.
I'm still cracking up that none of us thought to actually bust the gel. When we saw that yesterday in practice, we were all like, what? Such a great use of that right there. you get stuck in it, and it's difficult, but you can actually use your chain to break it.
He's doing things that I didn't know that you could do here. Exactly what you're talking about, like wrapping up. If you get too close to those, you'll get stuck in them.
Mm-hmm. Look out for the slam. Oh, nice dodge. Okay, so this is what we call the Homunculus. That's one of the name of this enemy, rather. Excuse me. Ooh,
nice,
excellent dodge.
Wow.
Oh. So those were all perfect dodges.
Right.
If you dodge in the last second, you can actually release a sync attack, and you can do it using your character, or you can follow up using your Legion. So he's doing various ones. That right there was a perfect dodge with a sync attack using your Legion. All right, so excellent.
It's like a little safe space over there.
And then what you're seeing him do is he's tapping the ZL button to send his Legion up in the air and go directly attack the Homunculus. Because you're seeing critical hit damage. That's what that yellow in the number is indicating. Right now you're seeing kind of white damage, so it's just basic damage. Then he's going to go back up. There's that critical hit damage. He's trying to follow up too to get some more attacks in there.
Yeah, but he knew that attack was coming, so he canceled.
So now he's knocked it down.
Nice.
There we go. He's going to unchain, switch to a different Legion, and then just go ham.
Holy cow.
I really like that the previous boss was a little more mobile. They were also in the air, so it required a different type of strategy. We see this boss is a little bit more centered, but more attacks coming from the side. And again, the battlefield has just transformed.
Yeah, this is a bonker sequence.
今見てもらってるみたいにバトルの最中にステージがどんどん変化していって、このステージに関してはレギオンを使って移動したりみたいなこともできるようになってます。
And as you were just talking about, and as you just saw, in the middle of the battle, the stage actually changes shape. But you can use the Legion to actually move around the stage between the broken up parts of it.
Yeah, what we're going to do now, what Taro-san's trying to do now, he saw that he got the left arm. Now he's trying to get the right arm chain. What this will do. Oh!
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I never get sick of seeing that last minute switch to the Axe Legion.
So he's switching to that Axe Legion so quickly to protect himself from that attack.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And he's going to do it again.
Again.
Perfect example. All right, now we're going to chain.
Switches back to sword.
And block. All right, maybe he can get it right there. Yeah, he's got it.
Oh, no.
He's a big guy, but he moves pretty
mobile,
fast.
Yeah. He's going to probably get...
Okay.
All right. This one, he's got it.
Oh my gosh.
Slippery little sucker. So another way he's going to do it too, he's going to use the Arrow Legion to kind of shoot at its head, because remember, remember that I was saying that the weak points on the enemy here, the Homunculus, was its head. So yeah, both arms are chained down now, so he's just going to pile on the damage by doing all kinds of abilities here. And there we go. Good
sync attack. Another sync attack.
Now he can go back to the face, and then there we go. He's going to probably do a lot more sync damage. You can see the Homunculus' health is going down really fast now. Okay. Nice shots. But that's so much. Whoa! That was close.
Seeing Taura-san play here, it was clear why I had such a hard time with this boss.
Yeah, he's almost got him. Oh, blocked. Yes. Perfect. All right, he's going to move.
And he's getting his hits in where he can.
Yeah, he's going to reposition one last
nice. Styling.
Perfect. No, we're just going to show the little cutscene here at the end. But yeah, that was perfect.
That was amazing.
That was great.
こうやって倒した後も、これで終わりかと思いきや、まだこの先も実は続きます。
You may think that now that you've beaten the boss that it's the end, but actually it keeps going on, and so there's a lot more that you have to look forward to right from here on out. You're just going to see.
All right, and that's perfect. We're going to stop right there.
ここから先はですね、購入していただいて、ぜひ楽しみにしていただきたいなと思います。
I'd like people to people who purchase this game to actually see what's coming up next and have fun with that.
Absolutely, yeah. We love this game. We can't stop talking about it ever since we probably first played it. But that's all we have to show today for Astral Chain. You want to go ahead and take us out here?
Sure. Would Mr. Taura like to make any closing comments?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
願いします。
はい、このアストラルチェインですね、2体を使って戦うっていうところで、今回の動画でもちょっと難しそうに感じた方もいると思うんですけれども、アクションが苦手な方にもちゃんとサポートするようなモードも用意してますので、ぜひ皆さんご期待いただきたいなと思います。
So, with Astral Chain's gameplay, while you're controlling two characters at the same time, people may think, oh man, this looks too hard for me, but we actually have a special mode for people who may not think they're too skilled at this game. So please look forward to this game when it comes out.
Absolutely.
All right, and as a reminder, the game is available August 30th, so look forward to that in a few months. Next up, we're going to have new Super Lucky's Tale. Nintendo Treehouse Live will be right back.